Today's video is being sponsored by Skillshare, so thank you so much to them. Hey everyone, it's Jananie and welcome back to my channel, The Story Ain't Over. So today I'm coming to you with a kind of chill, fun, little cozy fall vlog, and this is one while I try to get my life together. So ever since kind of lockdown and quarantine and that kind of thing, I have been waking up a lot later than I usually did before all that. But before, when I had to go into work, I got up early, I did my thing in the morning, and I went. But these days I kind of wake up late and I'm not really happy with my morning routine. So I decided to kind of refresh it, wake up early at 7 a.m. and do some writing, and get my life back together. So I have a few fun little things planned for this vlog, but first I want to tell you a little bit about the books that I've been reading this week. I'm actually filming this intro part on the Friday of this vlog. I started this on Tuesday, so you're getting a little bit of a kind of review on these books that I've been reading so far this week. So way before this week started, I actually started Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, and I've talked about this book in like 1,000 different videos, and all of you know I was like super excited about picking this up, and I'm still super excited about it because I am like about 200 pages in and I'm loving this book, and it's definitely one that I'm like enjoying kind of taking my time with, which is something that I haven't done in a while. I've been kind of like picking up books and like reading halfway and then stopping and then kind of finishing them in one go afterwards. But with this one, I've been kind of slowly going through it, reading like a couple chapters before bed every night, and I'm really enjoying it. But this is like super cool. Like, it's way cooler than I was like even expecting it to be, which is like making me so happy. But basically this is kind of a paranormal urban fantasy, and it follows her main character after her mother dies, and she's going off to this kind of like pre-college program where she's like basically on a college campus, but she is still in high school, so she's still in like I think 11th or 12th grade, and she's like in this advanced program and all of that, and she goes off with her best friend. But after her mother's death, she's been experiencing this kind of like connection to the supernatural, you could say, and when she sees these two people on campus kind of do this crazy kind of magical thing, she kind of gets freaked out, and she starts to learn of this secret society at the school she's at, and finds out it has some kind of connection to King Arthur and like that whole legend, I guess. And there are like magical powers and like healers and magicians and like, you know, the secret society, and you have to be like sworn into it, and she's trying to infiltrate that secret society from the inside and get some information concerning her mother's death. And this is like so freaking cool, and there's like two kind of love interests. Where I am right now, like it's only clearly one, but I have a feeling that there's another character who's going to become a love interest as well, which is just exciting me a lot. So I'm really just can't wait for this book. I think it's gonna be great, and I've heard so many great things about it. But yeah, really enjoying this, and it's just like totally fitting the vibe of fall right now, so loving it. The next book that I picked up and that I'm like almost done now is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. I did mention this in kind of my fall TBR video where I want to pick this up because it is a vampire book, and I do love Holly Black. I loved her Cruel Prince series, the Folk of the Air series, and so I knew she had written this book like a while ago. It's from like 2013 or something, but it's not like a hugely popular book, so I still wanted to pick it up, and I thought it would be great for spooky season with the vampires. And let me tell you, this did not disappoint. Like, there are so many vampires in this book, and I think they're done in a really juicy and fun way. I've been listening to this mainly on audiobook. I borrowed it from my library, and so I've been listening to it and kind of following along, but also kind of doing other things. So I've gotten very far into it, and I think I only have like 50 to 100 pages left, so cannot wait to finish this. But basically, this is kind of set in an alternate version of our world, and basically at some point vampirism is kind of like this infection. So like if a vampire bites a human, they kind of infect them, and so the human gets this thing called the cold, with like a capital C, and so the cold kind of lasts, I think, 80 days or something until it flushes out of your system. But when you've got like the cold, you have this like insatiable urge to drink blood and kind of complete your transformation as a vampire. But if you manage to not drink blood within those 80 days and you let the virus kind of flush out, then you are clear and you are still human. So this is kind of set in an alternate version of our world where like the infection has spread, and like there's this one vampire who kind of went around infecting a bunch of people, and so all these people ended up like drinking blood and like killing people and then becoming vampires, and so vampirism is like rampant. And so in the States they've created these things called cold towns where they're like quarantined. So vampires are quarantined in these towns and they're not let out. When vampires are caught outside the cold towns, they're brought to cold towns and put in them, and then there are some humans who willingly go into the cold towns for the celebrity status, for, you know, just for kicks, just for some morbid fascination with vampires. So our main character, Tana, is just this regular girl in a town outside of a cold town, and she ends up going to this party, and her ex-boyfriend's there as well, but the whole party gets like massacred, and so she's kind of waking up in this massacre, somehow having survived, and she finds out it was vampires who massacred all of these people, and her ex-boyfriend got infected but was not killed. And then there's this other vampire that's kind of just chilling there who was caught up in the situation basically, and the three of them end up journeying to a cold town, and it's honestly like this weirdest situation ever, but I really am enjoying it, and I love the way it kind of unfolded. It's not a like, you know, the world is ending type story. It's sort of low stakes, which I kind of like, and I love the main character. I really kind of like the way Holly Black writes her main characters, her like female main characters. I just really like Tana, and I think she's a reasonable person to kind of follow along with, and she has her own kind of backstory going on that you kind of learn at the beginning. But overall, loving this. Love the vampire bits. There's a bit of like history in this too, and I love our main love interest as well. It's not the ex-boyfriend, it's someone else. It's obviously a vampire, because who are we kidding? But love this. Cannot wait to finish this. I'll probably finish this before the end of this vlog. I don't know if I'll give you the full rundown because I already feel like this is amazing, so you should go pick it up. But yeah, definitely highly recommend. All right, and then the last book that I picked up this week is My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Birdie Ashton, and Jodie Meadows. So this is the second installment in the My Lady Janies series, which started with My Lady Jane, which is a book that I picked up like last year and I finally finished like a few weeks ago, and I absolutely loved it. It was kind of like a weird alternate twist take on history of this one figure in history named Lady Jane Grey, and it involved magic, it involved like shapeshifters, it had like some crazy things going on, and I absolutely loved it. And so this similarly kind of takes a story that you kind of know and like puts a twist on it, gives you an alternate version, adds in some characters and adds in some magic and that kind of thing. So this is a retelling of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, but in this version Charlotte Bronte is like an actual character in the book, and so is Jane Eyre. So it's like this situation where like Jane and Charlotte are at the like girls' home that they grow up at, and so Charlotte is kind of basing her like Jane Eyre book off of Jane Eyre's life. But there's also a third character in this book named Alexander, and he is like not a part of Jane Eyre at all, and he is in this book because in this version of the world there is something called the, I think, Royal Society for Spirit Relocation, or the Society for the Relocation of Wayward Spirits. So basically they relocate ghosts. So anyone in this like police force or like society can see ghosts, and then they relocate them. So Alexander is one of them, and then you find out that Jane Eyre can actually see ghosts, and so Alexander is trying to recruit her for the society, but she won't do it, and then he kind of has to enlist Charlotte's help, and Jane Eyre is kind of going along in her like regular Jane Eyre like plot line. She goes to become a governess at Mr. Rochester's house, and that's about like as far as I am. I'm about like 200 pages in, but I'm really enjoying it. I love kind of the voice of the narrators. It's a lot of fun, and I'm just loving this like weird kind of take because Jane Eyre is one of my favorite books ever. So yeah, loving this. Highly recommend if you wanted something like whimsical and fun and funny, but also something that kind of is similar to a story that you know really well, then this is a great one to pick up. And yeah, I'm just like hoping to finish it soon. I think it's gonna be really good. But yes, those are all the books that I'm currently reading this week. I'm hoping to finish them all probably by the end of this week. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. I definitely think I can finish Coldest Girl and Cold Town. I don't know about My Plain Jane and Legendborn. I do feel like it's a slower read, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer, but hoping to finish them very, very soon. Another thing you'll see in this vlog is me doing my nails. You might have already seen it, but I got this lovely nail polish gifted to me by the people at Live Love Polish. I absolutely love their nail polishes, and I've been kind of following their Instagram for the longest time, and then they offered to send me their newest collection, which is Time Warp. And this is just like some really nice magnetic like multi-chrome nail polish, and the kind of concept behind this collection is futuristic or like time travel, that kind of thing. So I'm absolutely in love with it. I kind of tried on all the colors on all of my fingers, and they just look so pretty, and they're just like flashing in the light, which I love. And then another thing you'll see in this vlog is my Duvolle Spin Care System, which is this like nice exfoliating brush which has like detachable heads, and you know, I can use it for washing my face and exfoliating and getting that nice skin, which I am all about these days because my skin is just really bad and I just need the help. But yeah, so you can use my code thisstoryaintover to get 70% off of the Spin Care System if you would like, so go check that out in the link down below in my description. But yes, that's about all I have for kind of this vlog. I hope you're enjoying following me along on this week of waking up early, and you know, it was really fun just kind of getting myself back in the groove, and I was really enjoying kind of like writing in the morning, and I'm hoping I can keep that momentum of writing in the morning as I go through this month and as I move into November for Nanowrimo. I do really love Nanowrimo time of year. I never ever win November Nanowrimo. I've won like Camp Nanowrimo once or twice, but never November, so we'll see how it goes. Let me know if you guys would like me to do like Nanowrimo videos. Right now I'm like currently working on like one story, and I definitely know I'm not going to finish it by November, so I think I might just end up continuing it through November, but we'll see. So I'm kind of taking October as like a slower writing month and like a Preptober type thing. So yeah, let me know if you guys would be interested in kind of NaNoWriMo vlogs or videos or whatever. I would love to do them for you guys, so let me know. That's about all I have, but before we get to the end of this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey, with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. So currently I'm taking a class called Hand Lettering in Procreate, Fundamentals to Finishing Touches, and this is taught by Gia Graham. She's a designer, letterer, and illustrator. Skillshare is only less than $10 a month for a premium membership, and the first 1,000 people who click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, so you can get access to all of the amazing classes where you can learn so many different skills, and this is honestly one of my favorite things on the planet, so I highly recommend going and checking out Skillshare. But back to regular programming. So yeah, loving Skillshare, highly recommend. Go check it out. But yes, that's about all I have for this video. And if I don't update you again, we'll just kind of edit here. So thank you so much for watching. Go check out my Instagram and Twitter in the description down below, and my Goodreads if you want to get like regular updates on my reading. And I'll see you in my next video. So please remember that the story ain't over. Bye.